Many questions begging for an answer in the case of Sadiq Umar's injury. Did Sadiq Umar fake his injury so that he can go back to Spain? You may ask, can a player fake his injury? Don't worry, we will talk about it. Did someone plan to push Sadiq Umar out of the Super Eagles camp to pave way for another player? What about the real Sociedad? They push a video on the social media for you to see that Sadiq Umar is fit to play in the next game. A lot of questions begging for an answer. Now, also, is it a case of the medical backroom staff of Super Eagles making a wrong diagnosis, or was it intentional? Now, who ratified that Sadiq Umar is injured and he should be replaced in the camp of the Super Eagles? Now, one thing also, the NFF has come out this morning to defend themselves, saying this and this and this. Now, we will dive into this and so many other factors. You need to watch this video to the end. We will also look at the next match of Real Sociedad. Will Sadiq Umar play? Not even on Saturday. This midweek, they will play in the Copa del Rey match. Will Sadiq Umar future? There's something is fishing that there is a need to investigate. But how can we investigate this? A lot of things we need to say about this step by step. Don't forget, click on the subscribe button and like. Also, share. We come back. Let us look at the case step by step. Let's look at the case of Sadiq Umar. Fake. Could they have faked the injury to go to Spain? You can never tell. Like I said, now, on the 8th of January, the Super Eagles played against Guinea in a friendly match. And during the match, he sustained an injury. And the medical backroom staff attended to him while on the pitch of play. And they suggested that he should be substituted. But he said no, he could continue the game. And actually, he did. And he finished the game under 90 minutes. So the following day, they discovered the knee was swollen up. So they gave him the necessary attention, which he took. So they flew to Lagos and they discovered that the injury to them still persists and he couldn't. If you check the NFF report, they have done the necessary examination, necessary diagnosis. They even sent their report to Spain to confirm that the injury he sustained could not, be relieved under the time spaces they needed the guy. But he left and he went back to Spain. And suddenly we saw the viral video from Real Sociedad about Sadiq Umar training. Now let me tell you something. You need to ask a question that, can a player fake an injury? Yes. Players could fake an injury that will stop them from playing certain match. We have seen them a lot of time. Now, I am not saying Sadiq Umar faked his own injury because he wanted to stay. But the medical doctor, the backroom staff, said he couldn't. So he left. Now, he went to Spain. Now, let's go back to the issue of faking, injury. There's a famous footballer on this earth. If you know him very well, I'm not saying he did, but he has always found within that space of that faking injury. And that is Neymar of Brazil. Now, let me not talk about Neymar. I have known a lot of players in Nigerian Football League that they will fake injury because they don't want to go to an away match or a certain match. Now, let's leave that. Now, we cannot confirm where the fault comes from. Did Sadiq Umar fake the injury? I can't tell. You are in the best position to view your own opinion. What I am trying to do is try to elaborate. What is the circumstance behind this? You left the Super Eagles with injury. You got to Spain. You wanted to play. Something is wrong. A lot of questions begging for an answer. So I am looking at this from the perspective of Sadiq Umar. He had an injury. The medical confirmed that he can't play. And the coach, Jose Pesero, ratified that Sadiq Umar should be sent away. So you can think about that. So that is my first case of opinion. We go to the second case. Is it possible that someone is playing the hanky-panky to give any excuse of excusing this guy from the Super Eagles camp at this current Nations Cup going on in Cote d'Ivoire? It's a question I'm throwing at people, and I want you to look at it. Is it possible that there is a power play somewhere that say we need a space? What can we do? What can be done? Then also, at the nearest excuses, at the nearest excuse or chances that someone can be replaced in the Super Eagles camp. Now, I am not pointing a accusing finger at anyone here, but as like I said, I'm a chess player. I look at different analysis and I look at different variation. And I'm also throwing it to you people that, look, if your mindset is like going this direction, why can't you allow your mind to go to this direction or even go straight forward? You can't say normally the direction should always be like this. No, you can never tell. So it is possible that there may be a power play. I am not saying there is, but there might be. And that is the reason why I'm looking at all options and I'm throwing it at you. One thing you can do, write your comment, write your opinion, argue with your friend, give your opinion on this matter based on this variation of analysis that I am giving. You can also come up with your own opinion. Then we can look at it together. That is the reason why I say write something inside the comment section. Then we can discuss together. However, don't forget, subscribe to my channel. That's all I request. I go to the third opinion. My name is Bami Bedu Ademola, award-winning photojournalist. I document the culture of football fans and supporters club, and I also tell the story of Nigerian football history. So let's continue. Now, the third option is this. Is it possible that the backroom staff of the Super Eagles made a wrong diagnosis of Sadiq Umar? I want you to think about this. It might. I have been in a medical situation where I have been wrongly diagnosed on several occasions. The question is, was he wrongly diagnosed? That's a question we need to ask ourselves. And the real investigation needs to be done on this. Not that the NFL will just come out and be defending everything without such investigation. They need to do a right investigation before they come out. Though they have come out and defend the backroom staff, I can't deny them of that. They may be saying the truth. That's a fact. But in this case, let's look at it. Was he wrongly diagnosed? If he was, then they should make a clear statement. And if it is not, they should come out and tell the people. Well, now, another thing is this. What brought about this issue? Someone said, Real Sociedad mock Super Eagles. That headline was, is something. Because they deliberately put the video on the social media for people to see that the player you said was injured. This is the player ready to feature in our next match. What do you think? It's something that needs to be thought about. They are belittling the medical personnel of the Super Eagles. And if they do this, they are also doing to every Nigeria that you don't have a such standard. Because I'm not judging, but let's look at this issue critically. And now, after the Real Society that brought the video on social media, the NFF came up with a statement. They don't want to argue this, blah, 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 blah. They don't want to argue, but they believe their medical personnel, backroom staff are competent, they are good, they are this. Yes, I agree, because they have done so many other things, and they were right. But what if they make a mistake? you need to go into this and see. Now, after this, also one thing you need to also consider, how can a player be ratified injured, and who will do the ratification? Now, before a player can be pronounced injured, he has to go through a lot of medical, diagnosis, medical tests to confirm, even to confirm the options of treatment and the number of time he will spend before he recover. I don't want to dive into it because of time, but I want to go into this. Now, who ratified that Sadiq Umar was injured and he should leave the camp for another player? This is a big question that needs to be answered. Where are the technical department of NFL? How did this happen? No, a lot of times you raise so many questions in Nigeria. Then once you raise it, they will tell you the worst they could do is set up the committee and forget it. The moment they set up the committee of any situation, just forget about it. Now, I'm not saying you should forget about this because you have seen a lot of things. You remember that card, that was a yellow card or red card that a player, received in Algeria, one of the African Cup of Nations, or was it World Cup, that we lost to Algeria. If not because we have already qualified, we would have lost that, that ticket that here. So let's go back to what you're saying. Now, again, this is the final nail. After the NFF has brought out their excuses on the social media, I will put the video, the picture here on this on my view here. How Sadiq has been listed to play in this midweek Copa del Rey match for Real Sociedad. Ask yourself, what is going on? Are they making mockery of Nigeria, or are they showing the fact about the circumstance on ground? A lot of questions begging for an answer. Like I said, because of time, I don't want us to spend too much time watching this video and looking at it. Now, this is Football Catalog by Origa, and this is the gist section. Like I said, subscribe to our channel. That's the only thing we are requesting from you. That's the only support we are requesting from you. And always be there to receive the gist about football going around the world of soccer. My name remains Bami Belu Adebola, an award-winning photojournalist. I document the culture of football fans and football supporters, and I also tell the story about Nigerian football history. Thank you. Join me another time. Don't forget